When I get asked, Paul, what do you do? My answer is very simple. I solve sales problems, period.
Sales agency happen. This topic I want to share with every salesperson, entrepreneur, small business owner, real estate agent, by speaking with salespeople every single day, training salespeople over my career, speaking with a lot of business owners over my career, dealing with entrepreneurs every day on social media, on the phone, with my clients. And it's amazing how a high percent always overlook the basic fundamentals. It just blows my mind. I guess people get bored with the basics. I don't. I can't be without the basics. It's like a fighter not practicing his jab or his right hook. Or a basketball player not practicing their jump shots or their free throws or their techniques. That's basic. And the majority of so-called salespeople are not really salespeople. They're wannabes, in my opinion. Why do I say that? Because a real salesperson that takes what they do serious and as a professional will always stick to the basics. Because without the basics, you're always going to struggle. Does that make sense? So what am I talking about? What I'm going to share with you is a question that I'm going to ask you to ask yourself. I already know the answer. Why are you, as a salesperson, entrepreneur, and a small business owner, not producing more sales? Why? And why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? What usually happens is they start to get desperate, where they start to use gimmicks, like certain marketing things, hiring some marketing companies. That doesn't really change anything. You may produce some sales, but you're never going to be as consistent as I believe you can be if you really look at the cause of why you're not producing more sales. Okay? Now, here's what I will say, and I tell this to my salespeople, I tell this to my clients. Do not make excuses why you're not producing sales. What do I mean by excuses? I hear people complain about the leads suck. Have you ever told yourself that? Oh, the prospect wasn't ready. A majority of the people always make excuses why they're not producing sales. And the excuses and the reasons they use is always a second party or a third party. The lead sucked. The prospect wasn't ready. Etc., etc. Instead of focusing on what the real cause is, the real reason why you are not producing more sales, the reason why you are struggling. A mirror, just look in the mirror, but that's what I do. The real reason why you are not producing more sales is because you suck. And why do you suck? Because you don't want to take responsibility, salesperson, serious. And what that tells me, when I hear people make all these excuses and blaming something else or somebody else or this and that, is because they're weak. Is that you? We're confident. I don't have any bad leads or prospects. I don't. My leads are 100% good. if I can't close them and I cannot sell them and I cannot produce sales, it has nothing to do with all the leads. It's me. It's you. Especially real estate agents. The reason why you as an agent, as a realtor, as a broker are not producing more sellers contract is because you suck. And you're not doing anything about it. You're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something to change. You may get lucky once in a while, $1 a year in real estate deals. You're not that good. You should be able to. But that's for another topic for another day. So the real reason why you are not producing more sales has nothing to do with the leads. Because there are qualified leads right in front of you, knocking at your door for you to close them. You just don't want to see it. And you're too lazy to do anything about it. So do yourself a favor. The cause of why you're not producing more sales consistently is because of you. No one else and nothing else. Because I don't pay for leads, but I get qualified leads every single day. Do I close them more? Of course not. But those that I don't close, I give it everything that I have, and I call. And 9 out of 10 prospects that I call are always qualified. I never have problems with leads or prospects. And what I mean never have problems is when I speak with them, I give it everything that I have. It's not like, so stop making excuses. And the sooner you do that, the better you could deal with the cause, which is you. The problem is you. The faster you can fix it, because guess what? If you can't fix yourself and make the changes for yourself, it doesn't matter how many good leads you get. Because even if you get good leads, if you don't work on your craft and become a better salesperson every day, you're never going to be good, no matter how many good leads you get. Even if they call you, even if they were referred to you, you still have to know how to sell. You still have to know how to close. So do yourself a favor. Stop making excuses. You are the cause to your problem on why you're not producing more sales. And the sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can make the changes and grow and become more productive. Now, let me share an analogy with you. Let's say you wanted to buy a house, or you want to build a house, right? And the area you want to build your house, right? That makes sense? Okay, so now that you know that, the next thing you want to do is you want to get the blueprint of the house that you want to build, right? Once you decide that, what's the next step that takes place? You hire a general contractor, right? When you hire a general contractor, what is the very first thing they're going to do? They're going to break ground, right? They're going to make a hole in the ground, right? Clean it up, open it up. What is the very next step they're going to do? They're going to put in pipes, the sewage pipes, right? That makes sense? Once that's completed, what's the next step they do? They start to cement it, right? That cement has to be solid. The foundation has to be strong. Why? Because you're going to build a house on top of it. And it's got to withstand what? It's got to withstand bad weather. So once they cement it, what's the next thing they do? They start to frame the house, right? Does that make sense? So they frame the house. They got the roof. The whole house is framed. What's the next thing they do? They start to put in the doors and the windows, right? Make sense? Once that's complete, what's the next thing they do? They start to put the cider, whatever you're going to put on the side of the house, right? Whatever type of roofing you're going to put, right? That's what they're going to do. Once they do that, what's the next thing they do? They work on the inside of the house for whatever work needs to be done inside. The flooring, the type of flooring you want, the type of kitchen you want, the type of bathroom you want, the way you want the living room to look, and all the other bedrooms, whatever the case may be. They start to work on the inside, right? Fact, did they change the basics, or do the basics happen all the time? You don't produce more sales. Because chances are you don't have the basic fundamentals and a strong foundation wants to produce more sales. But a high majority are not willing to do the work to be consistent in producing more sales. That's when people start to use gimmicks and tricks and deceptive selling and embellishing and lying. And they use scripts that are very fictitious and wrong, because the fundamentals, the foundation, and techniques are wrong. Does that make sense? So the other analogy is, just think about it. There's always a cause to an effect. So if you're not producing, what you really have to think about, are you really that good? Maybe you think you're better than what you are, but you have to work on your craft every day. Because selling's tough, and when you're struggling, you're not producing sales, it could be the most discouraging thing you can do. Especially if your livelihood is based on sales, right? So, what, a basketball player, right? Let's use Stephen Curry. He practices that. He practices the basic shooting technique from anywhere around the court in practice. Does that make sense? So here's what I'm going to share with you. The thing you need to know if you want to, but the number one thing you need to know and understand is you need the right knowledge. You have to know the right techniques. You have to know how to tell stories. You have to understand and know how to use rebuttals as weapons. You have to know and master and be effective in engagement. But besides that, you have to know how to prospect the right way. You have to know how to target your right audience. You just do. It's just you. You have to know how to sell. You think a boxer is going to go into a boxing ring not knowing his opponent? You think a boxer is going to go in there not training the right way, knowing how to throw a jab, a right hook, and a combination, and how to play defense? You don't think they have to know that? You think they're going to go into a boxing match not knowing that? It's no different in sales. By Rodney, how you doing? So at the end is, if you're not producing more sales, I hate when my clients or certain salespeople I train make excuses. The leads suck, the script suck. It doesn't suck. They suck. You suck. Or they're not teaching me right. Well, you learn to teach yourself how to sell. I'm never at the mercy of any salesperson. All my salespeople can leave me, I still outproduce all of them combined. Why? Because I'm that good. I've been doing it a long time. I know my profession. So I don't get on the phone call or target a prospect unless I'm ready. So you are the problem. It's not the leads, it's not the prospect, it's not the script, it is you. Understand the power path least resistance question, statement questions, box close questions, straight line method, the triangle close. All of that is part of weapons. All of that is part of training. And one thing that I encourage and that I teach my clients, and at first they resist, but once they learn it and they know it works, they start to love it. You have to learn how to cold call. If you get good leads and you don't know how to sell and close, what's the point, right? But if you know how to close and you know how to sell and you know how to get leads, guess what happens is your conversion ratio is much higher. It's that simple. So a lot of salespeople and entrepreneurs, which is the result, which is the destination, but something gotta happen before that. You have to know how to sell. You have to know how to tell stories. You have to know how to target the right prospects. But I don't like doing that. And there are leads right now in front of you. Whoever's watching this video, there are leads right now in front of you that are knocking on your door that if you just look at it and watch for it and take action, you could put sales on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Alignable, and some of those platforms. And you don't have to pay for leads. You don't have to advertise. You don't have to do mass marketing. I don't. So again, if you're not producing more sales consistently, there's something else that comes up. I always try to find how to make it work for me. And what I mean by that is this. The economy sucks right now, right? Inflation's high. People losing jobs. You have to learn to take those things and how do you make lemonade out of it? How do I become more valuable? Because people are going to need me more now than ever before because businesses are struggling to produce sales, right? And what my company does is where sales happen, that's what I do every single day, whether it's for me or regardless of that. This is where clients and those that will become new clients. Why? Because I always me after they hire me, selling for them and helping them produce more sales. I cannot lose. But every day I'm selling. And every day I'm prepared to sell. And I don't make any excuses if I'm not producing sales. If I'm not producing sales and I'm giving it everything that I have, it is what it is. We all struggle. We all go through that. It's how you get yourself out of it. The other time I don't make sales is when I'm strategizing and I'm building something else and I'm working on a different situation where I have to give that up for the time being and then focus on that. That's the only time. But even doing the other thing, I'm still selling. So there is no excuses, in my opinion. If you are a salesperson and a small business owner and an entrepreneur, and regardless of the economic condition, people still gonna need an attorney and a CPA, right? They're also gonna need a salesperson that can produce sales regardless. So there are a lot of coaches out there, a lot of sales trainers, but I always focus on the mind. Why? Because selling is a mindset and closing is an attitude. You have to change the way you think as a salesperson. Like a doctor, you got to stay up to modern day medicine. So I'm learning to use AI and get leads from AIs. But I still have to close them. I don't need AI to close for me. I don't need any machine to close for me. I close myself. Because I become more valuable. And they're letting something else or someone else try to do what they should be doing. That's just my personal view. All I do is I take advantage of it, but I'm always selling and I'm always closing. Does that make sense? And this is what else you need to know as a salesperson, what I teach. Number one, whether you like it or not, just my personal opinion. I've been doing it a long time, and people out there, why do you still cold call? Because I love it, I'm good at it, and why should I stop? I teach my people how to do it. Yeah, I don't need to do it, but I want to do it. Because I love doing it. I'm good at it. Why not do it? The other thing you have to learn is really learn how to basics. You have to do that. And here's the other thing. The way you train is the way you're going to perform. I could look at a salesperson and When people call me on the phone and they try to solicit me, I listen to them. But I know if they're going on the right track. I don't know if they're trying to be deceptive or not. So again, why are you not producing more sales? And the only true reason is you. You are the reason. There's nothing else. I don't want to hear about leads or the prospect's not good. That's such a cop-out, in my opinion. Blaming something else or someone else for you not producing sales, that's just a weak man's mentality. If you take responsibility and accept that you are the reason, and you could do something about it, you should. So finally is this. If you have the wrong information, right? Let's say you're making an investment, right? And somebody gives you the wrong information on a stock, whether it was intentional or not, but you didn't know at the time. And then when you get the wrong results and you find out you had the wrong information, doesn't that piss you off? That why didn't you know that? You would have made a different decision, right? So the information that you receive, if it's used, right, whether it's the right information or not, that's going to become and converted to knowledge. The right knowledge or the wrong knowledge. Because you took action on that, right? So if you got the wrong information and the wrong understanding and the wrong knowledge, you're going to take the wrong action. And when you take the wrong action, you're going to produce the wrong results or no results, right? Does that make up that information? It's going to give you the right knowledge with the action. And then that action is going to produce the right results. But the results is going to be based upon the way you train, the way you prepare. So if you think leads suck that you're getting and you're paying for them, then don't buy them. Like I said, all of my leads are always good. I never make excuses on my leads. And right now, with all the social media platforms, which I call modern day yellow pages, if you have a lot of followers and you get a lot of comments and shares, or they share your content and they like it and they comment, that's a gold mine. Those are the best leads, the best prospect you should go after. Don't wait for them to ask you to hire you. I don't. I go after them. That's the best. Those are the best leads. Because until they try your product and services, they'll never know how valuable your services are. So you should never, ever, in my opinion, not being able to be consistent in producing sales. You shouldn't. No way. If you're that good, there's no way you should struggle. Does that make sense? So I hope this was helpful. Again, ask yourself, why am I not producing more sales? And do yourself a favor. Don't blame the leads. Don't blame the prospects that you call. Don't blame the script. All those things you can change. You can make the script better. You can go after better leads and better prospects. But even if you go after better script or you produce a better script and you get better qualified prospects or leads, if you can't sell, it doesn't matter. If you can't close, it doesn't matter. If you can't tell effective, powerful story, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to engage those qualified leads or prospects, and they could afford to buy what you're offering, and what you're offering is valuable, none of that want to tell a story. If you don't know how to close, if you don't know how to get them engaged. And I have some real estate clients that at first they couldn't get a lot of contracts from sellers, or what they call it, for sale by owner. And the reason is because a lot of agents, real estate agents, suck. And it's not a lot of their fault. It's because they're trained wrong, in my opinion. And when you're training wrong, you're going to produce wrong. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to offer their value. And it takes them years to figure that out. You don't have to wait years to do that. You just got to do the right training for 1 year, the right way every single day. The next year, your game changes from like level 1 to level 10. The answer is right in front of you. Just put a mirror in front of you, look at what's in that mirror, and just change everything about what you do, or whatever's not working, get rid of it. And if you're able, I'm excited. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for sharing your time. Smash the like button if you like this video. Share your comments. Let me know what you think. And if you want to do a one-on-one training, I'll give you a 1 free hour. I'll teach you what you need to learn and give you a blueprint of what you need to do and how to do it. I'll set up an appointment where we can talk one-on-one. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of Paul Cruz Sales Agency, where sales do happen. Till we speak again.